Hello, Art Fam. It's Luis Martin, the art engineer, and welcome to the studio. Welcome to the safe space. Today is a little different, as it is every day. Before I continue and tell you what I have in store, please remember to share and follow. This is actually, out of everything I've done, I think this is the one that I really invite you and ask you to share, and I'll tell you why. I'm not going to be making a collage. I'm actually going to be sharing something that I've put together. So remember to like, subscribe, send me some good vibes. I'll send them your way, and all will be good. All right. So I created a zine. What's a zine? Well, if you're 16, you know exactly what a zine is. Actually, I don't know if today's teenagers know what zines are. Anyway, when I was 16, I knew what a zine was. A zine is a self-published magazine, book, statement, and it could be anything from a folded paper to a postcard with an idea, right? So I am very lucky to be living in New York, where there's tons of festivals for art and collage and zines. So I created one as a love letter to my queer siblings, my queer community. And it's almost also, here's where we get really early in the video, it's a blessing. Just imagine for a second if you were told from the get-go you're divine. The moment you say, Mom, I'm gay. Dad, I'm queer. Sis, I'm a lesbian. What if they said, wonderful? Wow, you are a blessing. What if they said, that's great, let's go get coffee? How would you move? How would they act? How would we think? Right? So this is a reminder of how divine we are, how we are a divine expression of the ineffable. So that's what this is. So it's called Divine Queer Skin. Let's check it out. I have it right here, and let's open it. So it's in a comic book format, I guess, just the size. And let's see. So this is a promo video. I want you to buy this, but more than anything, I want you to share this. I really need you actually to share this with people, because I don't think we're reminded enough. Because it's not about knowing. Deep inside, we know that we are divine. We know that no matter what, the only real lie and perversion is this idea of separation. So let me just share before I get all crazy and militant. All right. Thank you for sitting with me and story time. Okay, so it's called Divine Queer Skin. I'm just going to read it, go through it, and then I'll go back and tell you a little bit more, give you some insight as to how it came together. Luis Martin, the art engineer, Divine Queer Skin. This collection of collages are a love letter to my divine queer siblings. My art has long been a spiritual practice that aligns me to my higher self. At the core of my calling as an artist is to reflect, funnel, and embody the holy without dogma, pretense, or shame. As a son of the moon and heir to the sun, these pages are here only to remind us that we are the expression of the ineffable and its divine queerness. At every stage of our own existence, you are part and parcel of the energy that holds the heavens on its axis. May you always feel this magic that connects us, and know that the only perversion is the lie of separation. Be light. Let yourself enjoy this flashing experience. There are places in our soul we can run to, tattered and in tears, always waiting for us with open arms, rooting us on for our victory lap to come. Someday soon, my father's father will hold me close and remind me we were always one of the same, and all those lonely days were a myopic delusion. Be strong enough to leave the herd and follow your path. tribe nor country can keep you from being an expression of the divine. Your soul is a muscle. Then light will take a new form as a growing seed, becoming a figure, and the new figure, a willing participant of this new, brilliantly gifted flashing trip. Every work of art a bridge, every word a spell. I banish any ties that bind me away from the truth. Every step imagined, intended, and taken are dances into flow. Touch, taste, feel everything. No need for fear or guilt. When you see through the eye of love, you will always see what is meant for you. I am a son of the moon, a manifestation of her mysteries and passions. As her beloved child, I am heir to the sun. I've collected the shiniest pieces of my childhood to create the adult I am today. My arms, like my heart, forever expands to soothe yesterday's fires. I'll make a home of any star bright enough to dream and skies wide enough to fly. But to learn to fly and keep what was left of my heart, I had to become a different monster. Pretty boy, stay soft. There are no flowers when you run from shadows. I've been sowing seeds in dark places, for when I am back this way, there will be much to celebrate. I won't look over my shoulder. Love begets love, and true love defends all. The pleasure is in the wanting, but remember to build some muscle to carry your desires into the momentum that is reality. At this height, after all you've walked, this is where you leave the weighted past. Here, the celestial, the bigger part of you is always in the process of embracing your every move. Be light. You are the expression of the ineffable in its divine queerness. That's the zine. Imagine that as a child. Imagine that as an adult. Imagine that in your deathbed. Like, yeah, right. I just remembered. I had forgotten how beautiful and connected we all are. So this is Divine Queer Skin. There's a link in the bottom where you can buy it. But most of all, like I said, please share this link with somebody who can benefit from the little messages, right? Let me share and go over it. This is very much connected to my arcana, my tarot cards. It came from a moment of sobriety. I stopped drinking, not because I want it to be holier than thou. I just thought it was a good moment. And when you shift things, right, it doesn't necessarily need to be always for the good. It's, balance. When you shift things happen, right? I've been wanting to do this. I knew this was in my list of things to do because I wanted to share this for the Queer Zine Festival, and it came about. So I put a lot of my work together. I didn't create anything new for this. This is all work that already existed, and it came together. This is a self-portrait that I made, and we're talking about supporting each other, right? I was in a show not too long ago where I sold this, and I wasn't going to take this particular piece because I thought, well, who wants to buy a picture of me? And someone bought it. It wasn't cheap, and it was a queer woman, right? And it was so validating that someone in my community saw value in something that I had done that was so personal, right? This isn't about the greater scheme of like a landscape. No, this is my face. And I told her exactly what it was about, and about kind of actually someone recently asked me why the Mickey Mouse ears, and because it's kind of playful, and this, even though it is just the ears, it does represent a dogma, right? If you know anything about Disney, they have their whole dogma of how to make you feel like you need them to be your surrogate parent, because all of the characters have their parents dead anyway. So I use in this very similar way, right? I have my messages that I want to come through. So this was beautiful. I wanted to share this. And it will always make me happy that I know that this isn't somebody's house. So. Young and new, right? I mean, young and new, getting to be new again. Young and old. It's so important for me for this connection, right, between generations, because our culture, our society separates us, and we feel lost. When we know where we're going, it's not scary anymore. Like, I know at some point I'm gonna look like that. Now, what a victory to get there, right? And feel connected to my nieces, to my neighbors, to the people around me, knowing that as I get old, I'm not going to be taken to the mountains and forgotten, right? We are magical people. I'm a magical person. I don't really do ritual. I don't do spells. And I was telling this to a friend who stayed over at my house, and she looked at me deadpan and said, "Look at your house. You are a living ritual." And I thought, wow, that's beautiful, right? I have everything, right? So we don't realize that, but sometimes our movements, the way we move, the way we talk, our lifestyles are the ritual, are the work of art. So don't feel all crazy if you're an artist but don't have any collage or any drawings or any paintings to show. Your life is your artwork, right? Not everything has to fill a gallery, is all I'm saying. I am a cisgender male, so everything I do is really through that filter. It can't not, right? I also am Mexican. I am also left-handed. I'm also gay. So my filter will always come from a certain perspective, right? From the oppressed, from the empowered, who gets empowered, who wasn't born with that empowerment, that privilege. So that is going to come through. Everything you do has that same signature, that same thumbprint, right? No matter what we do, I can pretend to be something else. I can imagine and embody, which is very powerful, which is how I've gotten here, actually. When I felt powerless, I embodied power, right? And got that burst of energy to get to where I need to be, right? So this is very much that idea of feel empowered, feel embodied, touch everything, because that's what you're here to do, right? And just when you open your eyes, what do you see, right? You can see the grass, you can see the people in front of you, but look beyond, like, look at that. The universe is peaking at every step of the way. We live in a very, the Pope, right? Where's the Popess? She's everywhere, actually. She's just hiding. They've hidden her. So I love the idea of remembering our mother, our moon. And I'm very much connected to that. So being able to have that as a place to go to, right? And all of the feminine energy, all of them. I mean, this is the thing, right? Mothered. I have a very complicated relationship with my mother. So the idea of being mothered is foreign to me, right? So I love the idea of finding that mothering in magic, in the universe, right? So whatever's lacking, it could be mother, it could be father, it could be love. You can find that in your art. You can find that in magic. Burn a candle, light some incense. Hug yourself for a second. So this was a moment of that, right? The Mary, and then Kotlikyu, Mesoamerican goddess, the moon. So it's all there. It's all there. I mean, and this is really fun, you guys. This was a really fun page to create, and this is all about kind of projecting to the future. If you're in a horrible space right now, and you're so unhappy, project. In a week, tomorrow, 5 years from now, where do you want to be? And it's not one of those like, oh, write it down and make it happen, which works, but project. I'm going to be healthier next week because I'm going to eat really well, because I'm going to surround myself around good people, right? So being a child, I knew you guys. I was like, listen, fuck all this. I'm going to New York. I don't need to do anything. The moment I graduate high school, I'm buying my ticket and I'm out of here. And I did that. I projected it enough where I believed it, and it was an unshakable truth for me, and it happened, right? I took all the little pieces that I could to kind of, stack them up to get the energy to go to the booth, because that's how it was back then, to buy my ticket, and I bought my ticket, right? So you can do that. You can do that. You can always do that. And then you start again, right? You start from scratch. If all you have is this, then use this, right? And you don't have to be the same person, right? So this was from a prompt for Frankenstein during the summer prompts. And you have to reinvent yourself, right? Because the world we were born into doesn't exist anymore. That's a very popular meme with good reason. Things are changing so fast. You can't be the same person you were when you were a child, same expectations, same hopes and goals. We have to shift, right? There goes those shifts again. So we become new people, and that's fabulous. As queer people, we know how to shift. We know how to be strong when we have to be, right? So use that to your advantage. That's our advantage, really. I think this is one of my favorite images. Pretty boy, stay soft. I think I have been bullied into my masculinity. I'm very comfortable in who I am now, but as a child, I was very effeminate, and I wonder if I would have been, not bullied, who would I be? I love color, I love things, but I wear a lot of black. Would I be wearing pink every day? I don't know, right? I'll never know, and I'm fine with that now, but I do recognize that I was bullied by the people around me into my masculinity, to be afraid and to always be this, right? So whenever I can offer the space or the encouragement for someone to feel safe and stay soft and be pretty, whether it be, boy, girl, everything in the middle, do it, right? So let's make space for softness, is what I'm saying. And then this, I love that. Just beautiful. So this I'm gonna have to blur out because we live in a society where whatever. Yeah, love is everywhere, and I think the more you look for it, the further it looks, the farther it looks. But then you realize that, like, oh, I am the man of my dreams. I am the woman of my dreams. I am the love of my life. I am my own soulmate. And then when you can say that to the mirror, then it's easier to find it. It's just easier to see that image that you see in the mirror and other people project it, right? Because if you don't see it in that person, don't waste your time. Look, there's that person, and they have that smile, right? I'll share this really quick. I spent some time in San Francisco, and I don't shut up about it because I had such a great time with my nieces. One of them has a smile that her parents taught her to do, and it's a very forced smile, something like this. And that's a smile that I do. So now when I look in the mirror, I don't only see my face, I see her face. And guess what? I would never tell her, oof, you look rough today, or oof, you need to lose something, or oof, comb your hair. No, every time I look in the mirror now, I see her face, and now I am 50% more gentle with myself because I feel that connection, right? And that's a shift. When you can see yourself and others, it doesn't have to be family, it could be your friends. That disconnection, that lie is gone, right? And you're gentle to yourself, you feel that love. Yeah, so that's, tap into that, lean into that. Yeah, so listen, you need muscles. Not necessarily guns, but you need muscles. You need to have a tough skin. I know we talk so much shit about the millennials being so fragile. And yes, it's time to wake up. Not as a collective, because I hate sheeple talk, but you as a person, if you're watching this, stood with me for 20 something minutes. Yeah, we need to be soft. We need to be like tater tots. Soft and gooey inside, but crispy and tough on the outside, right? And that sounds delicious, actually. So, philosophy. And then just remember, no matter what summit you're on, you can stand tall, and the universe is really proud of you, and I am really proud of you, and I'm rooting for you, because I am just a reflection of the universe, just like you are to me and everyone outside, right? And just a reminder, you are an expression of the ineffable in its divine queerness. What is ineffable? The ineffable are the things that we will never, can't comprehend, right? We only have these two little things to see the world. Do you know how big the world is and the universe is? There's no way we're gonna get it all. So don't even try. Just know, right? All right. Please share this with your queer friends. Share this with anybody that just needs to be reminded how divine they are. All right, my friends, you are divine, and I am divine, and divine was divine. So I will see you here next week, and maybe we'll make some collage, or maybe I'll just sit here and just say, "You're divine, you're divine, and I love you." All right, this is Luis Martin, the art engineer. I will see you here, there, and everywhere you take your phone. Cheers.